having fun on Colour Me Happy. It's Friday, it's Colour Me Happy. We're all here for Colour Me Happy. Debbie's here for Colour Me Happy. Johnny's here for Colour Me Happy. Charlotte's here for Colour Me Happy. Are you ready for Colour Me Happy? Yes, you're ready for Colour Me Happy. It's Friday, it's Colour Me Happy. Let's all do some Colour Me Happy. That was
what an intro.
It was good, wasn't it?
Yep.
Why am I out of breath after doing that? It shows how fit I am. There's the new Colour Me Happy song. We launched it last week. There was a lot of love for it, so we thought we'd carry it on. We're going to add it to we thought we'd do it live, add it to the Crafty album we're going to do at the end of the year. I think it could be a big winner. Anyway, you know who's here for Colour Me Happy because we've just announced them all in the Colour Me Happy song. We've got one of the best teams in the crafting world. It's really a delight to be here, and we're going to have a lot of fun over the course of the next couple of hours. Colour Me Happy, I think, one of those kind of go-to shows, isn't it? One of the favourite shows of lots of people. And tonight, I'm delighted to say that we have got the re-inkers back in stock. They're one of those items that seem to sort of come in stock and then they fly out the door again. They come in, they fly out again, but we've got them back tonight. A full collection for you. We've even put together a bit of a try-me bundle, if you like. But details on your screen here now for the re-inkers collection. 21 elements in total. It's $71.88 or $95.40, and the deal on this is basically it works out with the saving that you're making that you're getting 9 of these for free. However, if you're like me and you're quite new to these re-inkers, as I was this morning on Wake Up Call, you might be thinking to yourself, well, hang on a minute, what are these re-inkers? Why do I need them? Why might I get my hands on them tonight? Well, I'm delighted to say there's a lady here who's going to answer all those questions, and actually wait till you see the demos she is going to be throwing your way over the next 2 hours. Go nowhere because you are, well, you're going to be amazed. Your mind will be boggled. The lovely Debbie Fisher is here. How are you, Mrs?
I'm very well. We've had a great day, haven't we?
Haven't we had a great day? It's been a tad warm in here, is anything I'll say. It's about 75 degrees, but we do carry on for your viewing pleasure. I know you're going to show us some finished samples, but for people who are new to the re-inkers, what are they?
So, re-inkers, they're alcohol re-inkers. They are not ink pad re-inkers. So there's a massive difference in that. So do not think you can refill your ink pads with them because they are alcohol based. What they originally were meant to be for, Ben, and we are going to show exactly what they're for, is those little ink bottles will fill your ink pens. So your Spectrum Noir pens, you'll be able to fill them. We're going to show you how to do that. But actually, these little ink pots that have so much ink in them, we're going to show you so many different techniques on different surfaces. We're going to show you how they mix with different mediums. We're going to show you how you can make amazing backgrounds, how you can paint with them as well. So literally we have so much in store. This is one of my best shows is with the re-inkers because there's just so much you can do with them. And not only that, we've got watercolour products in the show as well. Always a joy to work with Ben, and so much. We like getting messy, don't we? We're going to get messy.
We're going to get messy on your Friday night. You can tell it's going to get messy over there because all the preparations have taken place to make sure, as Craig did earlier on, that Debbie is not the first person to make a mess of the new counter. Oh yes, we'll keep our fingers crossed that that doesn't happen. But I know you're excited about this show because obviously we saw your Facebook post earlier in the week as well. You got some finished samples over there.
Yeah, got a few. So these are what we're going to be making through the show, as well as a ton more. Honestly, we've got so much to bring you. So this background is a really cool background done on Yupo paper, so you can see it's quite shiny. But what I have done is I've added a matte coating over the top because we've also got some gorgeous cosmic shimmer products on as well. This ribbon is inked with the re-inkers. I mean, how amazing is that? So with those yellows and gorgeous sort of red and orange tones, we're going to be doing this. Now this one was the one that I practiced with, and it looks amazing. So amazing and so simple to do, really simple. This is one of our birthday flowers. So I did the rose one because it's a June one and it's my birthday in June. So we did the rose, which is beautiful. Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. Then just, you know, did I not mention? It is, yeah, summer solstice, longest day of the year. You've got it.
Craig's birthday as well.
It is Craig's birthday as well, yes. All the best people share that day. And then we're coming on to those sparkles. To be able to do, if I just move this around, I'm hoping the sparkle It's hard to pick up the sparkle when you're on live, but I can see the sparkle. But you've got a beautiful sparkle in that background.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then I've used the sparkle to create this gorgeous colour lily, which is so simple to do, and all you need is some inks and a piece of string. So we're going to get started very soon and show you exactly what we can do with all these amazing products.
It is going to be an amazing show already, so many of you hugely excited about this. Eve P says, I hope Ben is going to sing the song. We did the song, I told you we did the song. Nicole is in from Iowa, Rhonda's here, Georgianne is here, Michelle is in, Jill's in, Mary Pat 1000 is in, Mariah is in, Merlin from San Diego, Misty Johnson says, hello everyone, I am ready for Colour Me Happy. We're all ready for Colour Me Happy. I'm pondering these inks a lot, says Mariah. And Hannah says, hi everyone, I love Ben's jingles. You will be pondering these inks no longer after you have seen Debbie using this collection. It is fantastic. Do you want me to list off all of the colours for you, or should we do that in just a little while? There you go. You've got all of the colours there. We'll go through all of them in just a few moments' time for you. The smaller bundles are available for you on the web. So if there's particular colours or particular colour families that you want to go for, you've got the ability to go for those as well. Things like your blues, your purples, your pinks, your greens. So do have a look there. Yellows and turquoise included in there as well. Orange too. I mean... What? What was that one?
Instead of lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. That's what it sounded like.
What is that?
You don't know what that is?
What is that?
The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, I wouldn't have known that, no.
Ben, you're going to get some stick now.
Oh. Oh, no, I have seen The Wizard of Oz, but I wouldn't have known that that was...
Yeah, that's what
so
they
they go...
They creep through the woods, yeah, and they go lions and tigers and bears. Lions and tigers and bears. They go, oh my.
I must rewatch that film. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my.
That's it, yeah, they do that.
And
she's got a little basket,
Oh.
yeah.
And then she does...
Toto's running around the woods.
I know Toto. Hold the line.
Yes.
Love isn't always on time. Oh no, that was the band Toto. You were talking about the dog, aren't you?
Yeah.
Does she do the...
Not then, no.
Oh.
She does that at the end.
I definitely need to rewatch that film. I'm totally confused. But anyway, lions and tigers and bears not included with your re-inkers, but you get everything else that I just mentioned a few moments ago. And lions and tigers and bears. One thing you can get on the show, and this is all thanks to our Debbie, is the Yupo paper. Now this is 5x7. You're going to get 10 sheets of your Yupo paper. Normally $7.99 or $9.95. $3.99 or $4.97. It's a half price deal, but let's ask the question here, because I can honestly say in the whole time that I've worked in craft, which is what, about 6 years I would say, I've only seen Yupo paper I think once. So what is it and why do we need it?
Okay, so yeah, I promise you, I've just seen that price. I cannot believe we're doing it half price. I don't think we need to because, and I shouldn't say that, but literally it's only just come back in stock. It goes out every single time. So honestly, you know out there that it will go. So get it in your baskets quick, because at half price deal, I would be putting multiples in my basket. It's amazing. What it is, Ben, it's plastic. So it's literally plastic sort of medium that takes alcohol inks, because we don't want something that's, we want a porous surface.
Okay.
And this paper is absolutely magical. It not only inks brilliantly with your alcohol inks, it die cuts beautifully as well. And I have found, I've been heating it a little bit, and you can actually heat emboss onto it as well. You have to be more careful because obviously it is a plastic, but it's an incredible paper to have. Honestly, for that price, it's the best out there. Oh, and can I also say the name Yupo? A lot of people think that's the company. It is actually the company Yupo, and that's why it's called Yupo paper.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like it's different companies that create it and it's called that. It's called Yupo paper because the company's called Yupo.
Well, there we go. Your liquid media paper. It's flying out the door. And thanks to Debbie that we've got this on the show as well, because she asked for it, so we've got it. 10% of that stock has already gone, half price deal. You may as well get at least two, mightn't you, really? $3.99 or $4.97. We've also got a starter kit on the show for you as well, so it may well be that if you're kind of new to this, you just want to give this a bit of a go. What I would do, this starter kit does bring you your 3 re-inkers, all right? So those are available for you. You're going to get your pink violet, your jade green, and your petrol blue. You're going to get some of your Pebeo drawing gum masking fluid. You're also going to get this gorgeous floral stamp in there as well. That one is your fresh floral stamp. We're going to give you the metallic sparkle pens. You're going to get your finesse alcohol-proof ink pad. That is in the noir black. And you're also going to get 60 sheets of your A4 stamping card. If you're going for that today for £35 or $50, which is what, £28 or $40, I would also say to you, put some of that in your basket as well, at least once or twice over. Yes, because here's the thing. Thank you, Johnny. He's on the ball tonight. To tell you what, we have got our Spend More, Save More event over the course of this weekend up until Monday, where basically if you spend over £30 or $30, you will get £5 or $5 off your basket total. It's one transaction per customer, but this one, of course, will help you. Even if you're a platinum member, that will come down to obviously £28 or $50. But if you whack in one of those, yes, there you go. That is saving you your fiver. So I would definitely do that. And as you're going to see over the course of this show, there's definitely a need to add that Yupo paper in there, certainly once, maybe twice. As always, please do get those comments in, get those questions coming in as well. Betsy on YouTube says, it's the Bebby team, Ben and Debbie. I love it. Loving the purple, says Hannah. Yupo is a must, says Alison Stevens. And Mariah on YouTube saying, I always wanted to know what and how to use that Yupo paper. Well, now you know what it is. I'm sure you will be finding out lots more hints and tips over the course of this show. You've got like a zillion demos lined up, haven't you? They get a million.
Yeah, I've literally got, I've left all my workings out, but if I just show you, this is all my bullet points. This is literally just for watercolour techniques. And then I've got my re-inkers and all these bullet points for all my re-inkers as well. So many that you can do. And I am one that really likes to find out about things when we get them in. So when the re-inkers come in, I love the alcohol pens. So I love to learn all about the aspect of it, find out anything more that we can do with it as well. And the re-inkers, honestly, are one of those things you just got to have in your stash. But I have to say, you can't have them without the Yupo paper. So please get those because it will go. And I know we're going to do it on the second demo, use the Yupo paper. And I promise you, once you've seen the first demo, you will start wanting that Yupo paper if you've never tried it before.
Okay.
So first of all, we've got that gorgeous stamp that you're getting in that bundle. This is a great starter kit. What you will notice though, that you're not getting your Yupo paper in that starter kit, but you are getting it half price. So you are getting just as good a deal.
Yes.
Now what I'm doing to start off with is I'm stamping down. I'm stamping down. I've just yes, no, that's fine.
Hey, what? Ooh. Hey, what's going on? With lions and tigers and bears, haha. I'm not going to, literally that is going to be in my head now all night.
You said it like that rhythm. Do you know the rhythm when they say lion and tigers and bears? And you was talking like that when you was doing the colours of them.
Reds and blues and pink.
Yeah.
What did she say? Lions and
tigers
bears.
and bears.
Oh my, not oh ho ho, ha ha. Ha hee, ha ha. What is that song? Oh, that's they're coming to take me away, ha ha. Hee hee, ho ho. That one. It's another song.
Yeah, no, I know that one. See, Charlotte didn't know that one.
It's an old, I don't even know what that song is called, but there is a song called.
Right, what I'm bringing in here, Ben, is our drawing gum. Now, drawing gum is another miracle, and I'm not even kidding you. This is amazing stuff. So it's like a rubber cover to your paintings. So what you're going to do, you don't need to shake it. I would say when you first give it a little sort of swell in the pot. You don't need to shake it. If you get loads of bubbles at the top, all that you're going to do is put all those bubbles over your image. Now what you're going to do is take a water brush and you're just going to paint over your image. So really just such a clever design. Now I've used some masking paints before, and I can honestly say, Ben, they've not been as good as this one. The reason being, this is water based, so it means that when I finish doing my image, and I'm not going to do loads because I have got one, what you would need to do is wait maybe about 5 minutes for that to dry.
Can you dry it with your...
You can, but because it's like a plasticky film,
okay.
all it's going to do is it might actually make it indent more into the card. So I would say absolutely leave that to dry, and you can see where it's that sort of blue on the top there. But then this brush I can dip, although my water's already dirty, it's washable. So there's no glue that will stay on my brush, which is great. It will just all wash away. So once you've done that and you've covered your whole image, so you can see I've done this one here, you can see all my image is done. We're then ready to actually paint the surface. Now, what we would normally do, because it's watercolor products, we could then use our inks over there, but I do want to show you, it's not always what we do, but if you do want to create a background around here, and you can see what this is going to do is enable me to create a background without affecting my image. So this one I did not long before the show, but it's tacky. You can feel like the tackiness on it. But what you can do with your inkers, now I've got very slightly different colours. So where I've got a PV4, you will get a PV3.
Yep.
I've got a JG3, you'll get a JG4. And I've got a BT7, and you'll get a BT9. So they're only just slightly different, but I didn't want to get any more when I've already got similar colours. So the actual PV4, I'm going to show you how we refill the pens with that one. But these ones, what I'm going to show you is how you can actually do a background with using your cardstock, your normal smooth white card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some paint, and actually what I should have done is use my paint palette, but too late. I'm just going to pop them onto here, and I'm putting quite a big amount on there. So, I mean, you get loads in here, which is amazing. You get quite a lot. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my isopropanol. Now, this is just rubbing alcohol. So you can get this on the internet. Anywhere you are, you'll be able to find this.
Okay.
So, and all this is, it's just rubbing alcohol. It's exactly what it is. Now, first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some just on my counter there. So this is where we get a little bit messy. You can see it's starting to run into these colours. But I'm going to take my brush and then here, because what I can do then is go over my surface. And it creates, and this isn't something you would normally be able to do, it actually creates a background. So just painting that over. I'm then going to grab myself some kitchen roll and just rinse my brush out. And you'll stain your brush, so don't worry about that, because obviously it is alcohol that we're putting in. I'm then going to take the rest of this and mix it with my green, so we can do the bottom half. Mix it with some more there. You do have to mix it, and then we can go in on top. So it's one way of being able to create a background using your alcohol markers without colouring in with your pens.
Amazing.
So I didn't need as much as that. And actually, what we could do, Ben, because I've got all this ink down, I am going to, and it's not something I planned, I've also put, and I also write in here what's in here, so just rubbing alcohol, one of my spritzers, I'm going to just spritz that onto here, because if I just sort of work that over, what we can then do is use that with our Yupo paper, because I don't want to waste that ink. So I'm just going to grab myself some Yupo paper. We can layer that inside here. And what that will do is it will pick up then onto that surface and give us beautiful, just amazing backgrounds. Yeah,
how like a work of art.
Yeah, it's incredible. And that will be dry in around about a minute. That'll be completely
Can anyone else
dry.
see a face in that picture there?
Yeah, me too. Should we turn it up that way?
Oh.
That looks like a jellyfish there. Look,
yeah,
like
it does look like a
jellyfish
jellyfish.
is all in the water.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? And you can just keep doing that and picking up all your alcohol. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to waste time with mine because I'm just showing that them for demo purposes. But it's just a really nice way of using those up. And also being able to create your background. Now, once that's dry, which dries quite quickly, what it means, and I'm going to get a clean piece of tissue because my hands are already getting quite inky. I would let this dry a bit more, but look at this then. What you do, you just rub away all of your glue. It doesn't affect at all, and keep getting a clean piece of tissue or your clean finger to just pull that all away. because what it does, it creates a beautiful background.
That's so clever.
It's so clever, isn't it? I mean, that's amazing that we can do that. And you're going to be able to do this with that bundle that's right next to Ben, because it's got everything in there for you to do that with.
What was that thing called again that you used to dilute the ink?
Isopropanol.
That's what Teresa's asking, I couldn't remember. Isopropanol.
Yeah, isopropanol. So
Okay.
it's ISOPROPANOL. Just in case
Isopropanol.
anyone wants to type that in anywhere.
Okay.
Yes, so, and it is, you can get it easily enough. Okay, so we're going back to our inks. The reason these were invented, re-inkers. It means that we have these pipettes that pick up the ink, and it means if I bring in my pen, I have got, I'm just going to put my lid on because I know what I'm like. It's a PV4, and I've got my PV4 pen. So what you're going to do with your classic markers, you're going to go to where your chisel nib is.
Yeah.
When you take this off, this chisel nib, and what I'm going to do is I'm getting myself a plastic bag, because all I'm going to do with this, it's got a little zippy lock at the top, so you need to get littler ones, but you can pull this out, so just pulling out that piece there.
Oh, okay.
So you pull out your actual marker, take my hand out the bag, and then all you do is you drop this into them. Now, if you, what I would say is if you've got a pen that you've used a lot, you want one, but you can put up to 3 in at a time.
3 what?
Drops? 3 pipettes.
Oh, 3
no,
pipettes.
so literally, yeah, squeeze the whole pipette into that nib.
Ah,
yeah,
okay.
and I'm only going to do one because I know our pens haven't been used, because this one was on our stand. And then all you're going to do, I'm going to just come in with that nib again, and we're going to pop that back. I got the wrong end. Oh no, I did have the right end. We're just going to pop that back in. And that is refilled. No, that's it. That's completely done. And then what I would say, if you've got quite an empty pen, make sure you store it. I mean, we always tell you to store horizontally, but make sure you then do it like this, because what it does, it equalises the ink throughout the whole pen. So that's how you do it. And then you can then go into your images, and then you can start laying down that ink. And your pen within, if you equalise it, if it was quite an empty pen, I would say within 20 minutes you're going to get a free flow all the way through. Yeah, so just a really nice way exactly of how explaining to do those backgrounds and to be able to give that gorgeous effect with your ink coming through on your paper.
That's why you need them, isn't it? Because if you've already got your classics in your illustrators, you can obviously refill them. Again, on their own, they are superb. Just to yes, qualify as well, because Mariah says the website shows, that was nearly a, close. The website shows half price shipping. Can you confirm? It is half price shipping on the re-inkers collection.
Wow.
So yes, if you go for the full bundle, you do get half price shipping. Can you confirm? Yes, I have confirmed. And do I need to buy it alone to get it? I think you get half price shipping on that. And then if you then put other items in your basket, would you not get, you'd still get that half price?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
That's why you always take advantage when you get something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, so yes, absolutely. There you go. It's only on the full collection. It's not half price shipping across the show. It's on the collection that you're seeing on the screen there. So another reason to buy. And also, as we mentioned earlier on, it basically works out the saving that you're getting before your discount, like that you're getting 9 re-inkers for free. That's what it works out at. I mean, so it's a really, really great deal, particularly, as I say, I mean, if you're getting these just to do all these effects that Debbie's going to show you, amazing. But obviously, if you've got the illustrators and the classics as well, these are a must-have, because obviously it's the same inks for those pens. You're not having to get different ones, whether you've got the illustrators or the classics. Yep. So, yes.
And let's just bring in this one now, because this one's completely dry, and that is so beautiful. And we've got all those sort of under the scene ones where we've had the mermaids and stamps, so you could stamp them onto a background like that and just get the most amazing thing. The great thing about Yupo paper is it's reusable. So if you don't like this, literally squirt your isopropanol onto it again and wipe it. It'll just clean off. So it's quite amazing. So yeah, so there we go. But we're going to do a really good technique next and show how we can mask it off and create even more backgrounds, which is just going to be great.
Wow, there's so many lovely comments coming in. Lynn says, I could see a lion's face in that background that Debbie just done. I know, it's one of those like magic eye pictures, isn't it? You can see different things in it. Wonder if it says like something about you, if you can see, you know, certain things within the picture. But anyway, Jane says, never tried that before, but looks fascinating. Missy says, thank you, Debbie, so much for the demo on how to fill the pen. So helpful. Love me some alcohol ink playing, says D Maddox. Yes, keep those comments coming in. Any questions that you want to ask as well, please do. But I think going to prove very popular, and in fact proving popular already, is the it's like the starter kit, really. So you basically get 3 of your re-inkers within the starter kit, and then you're going to get on top of that all of these other goodies as well. So the 3 colours that you're going to get, similar to the ones that Debbie was just using. So you're going to get pink violet, which is PV3. You're going to get your jade green, which is JG4, and your petrol blue, which is BT9. There's that really, really clever Pebeo drawing masking fluid. That's great. On top of that, you've got the gorgeous stamp which Debbie was using in the last demo there, which is your fresh florals. You've got your alcohol-proof ink pad. You've also got on top of that your metallic pens, the 3 metallic pens, and you've got 60 sheets of your A4 stamping card, 300 GSM. But as we said, that is a nice complete bundle. But actually, you're spending £35 or $50. If you're a platinum member, that's £28 or $40. Put some Yupo paper in. Definitely get that in your basket because then, A, it's going to come into its own with those re-inkers. But B, if this is your first spend this weekend, we've got our spend more, save more event. Where if you spend over £30 or $30, you get an extra £5 off. You're right over there, Debbie. So it's definitely worth doing. And as we said, the fact that that is half price today, and you know that it's going to work so well, it's definitely worth going for. Details at the bottom of your screen here, $3.99 or $4.97. Right, let's show you the full collection. And we're going to break it down on stills for you. Break it down. $71.88 or $95.40 is the deal on this. And as we said, you're going to get 21 colours here. So much you can do. Definitely worth going for if you have got those pens as well. All of these different colours, as we said, through your oranges and greens and yellows and blues and purples and all the other colours. Turquoise and lions. I was trying to remember it. Lions and tigers and bears. Oh no. Oh my. And it works out that you're going to get 21 re-inkers. But with the saving that you're making today, it works out really that you're getting 9 of those for free because it's $71.88 or $95.40. That's before you get your platinum discount as well, of course. $57.50 or $76.32 if you are a platinum member. However, it may well be that you want to break it down into smaller bundles into the separate colours. We can do that for you as well. So if you want the blues, there you go, the blue re-inkers, 3 you get $11.98, $15.90. It basically works out in that deal that you buy 2, you get 1 free. I say you buy 2,
you get 1 free.
Yes, absolutely. And of course you can take another 20% off that price if you are platinum. You get duck blue, peacock blue and sky blue. Next is your purple re-inkers selection. Again, 3 elements in there. Buy 2, get 1 free. Within there you get soft purple, you've got your damson and you've got your purple. Then you've got your pinks. Your pinks brings you fruit pink. I don't know why I said it like that. Fruit pink. You've got begonia and you've got your portrait pink. Then you've got your greens. Greens is your emerald, your meadow, and I can't see the other one. Where's the other one? Oh, it's camo green, that's why I can't see it. Nothing. Johnny got the joke. Nothing. Silence in the studio. Camo green, it's camouflage, so I can't see it, Debbie. It's not really great. I mean, ooh.
Sorry.
Moving on. All right, Charlotte's going yellow. Move on. Oh, you got neon yellow, your sunshine, and your lemon. Buy 2, get 1 free. Then you got your turquoise. You got your blue turquoise. You got your Caribbean, and you'll also go nuts for the pistachio. And then we got the orange re-inkers, which is your red, your bright orange, and your burnt orange as well. So if you want to go that way, those are all on a buy 2. I was really impressed with me, camo green, nothing. You buy 2, get 1 free. However, the best value for money and everyone is going for the full collection. Why? Well, best value for money. You're getting 9 free. Really, it works out that you get 9 free with the discount that we're giving you, and you get all 21 of them as well. And as we said, these seem to come into stock and go out just as quickly. So if you've missed out recently, there is basically a bundle for you. If you want to go the whole hog or just go for the individuals or the smaller bundles, then fire away. Should we just do some questions very quickly before we come back to some demos? Are you up for some questions? Question here. Will those re-inkers work with your tri-blend brush markers?
Well, we don't necessarily say that you can do it, but I think you can take the nibs out. So unofficially, we sort of say they're probably not the best ones to take apart, but obviously the brush nibs do go in and out. So if you was to do that and put a few drops in, just remember to only put half of the pipette in at a time, because you don't want to overfill them, because in one pen you've got 3 different colours in there. So yes, it is possible.
Thank you. Karen says, did Debbie use Yupo paper on that last demo?
No.
Easily answered.
Yeah, we used the white stamping card that's in the pack. The only reason I did that is to show you that you can use it on normal paper as well, normal card, but you do have to sort of saturate it with the rubbing alcohol.
And I think that is all for now. Anne says, I'm glad that they're showing this. I received a bunch of these bottles in the prize bag and I had no idea what to do with them. It's not,
what a prize.
Not bad to get that in a prize bag,
Absolutely.
goodie bag. Oof, I tell you what, we're decent here, aren't we? We are pretty decent with some of the deals we do. Anyway, let's get back over to the side at studio. We're half an hour in, and I know you've got about another zillion and one demos to do. So what are we doing next?
Half an hour, my goodness, yes. So I love doing techniques like this. It's showing how we can do backgrounds, but doing them slightly differently. And some people struggle with having a background of how much they're going to do. So what I'm using is our low-tack tape. Now, because it's a plastic paper, it means we can put the low-tack tape down, which is fairly sticky, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape it, so I've got it on my mat. I'm just making sure that I do it line to line, and then I'm just going to rub the edges down. So because what that will do, it will then make sure that it won't seep through, and because it's plastic, it just works so well for this technique. So we're just going to pop that down. And if you're clever and you wanted to save a bit of time, you could actually then reuse your tape, because you've then got, I'm just checking, 1, 2, there we go. Because you've then got coloured tape, because it will stick to your tape as well. So you could take this off. In fact, perhaps we will try and do that. And you could then stick it onto another piece of just card and have the stripes. So I'm just bringing these all up. So I'm leaving sort of 4 bars at a time. Oh, that takes us right to the end there.
Mariah asks, could she mount Yupo to the mount board to cut the dies to make the jigsaw puzzles?
Yes.
What adhesive should I use, please?
I would use our tape pen.
Okay.
Because it is really good glue, and actually it sticks really well, like almost like plastic, to sort of your glossy card. And also, I mean, we're saying about the Yupo, and actually it's cheaper than, because it's half price, cheaper than any photo paper. You can use photo paper because you do need that sort of glossier surface, but it doesn't work as well. But after I've done this demo, we're then going to show techniques of using different household things, so items like salt and items like bleach, where we mix that with water,
bleach.
And then it will work. Yes, then they will work as well. So we're going to try a few different techniques so you can really learn and understand how alcohol inks work. So that's our first thing. We've masked it all off and made sure that all these corners, all the sides of them are stuck down. I'm then going to bring in my mister spray, and we're just going to mist over. Now, because we are, I'm just going to move my mat over this way a bit if you don't mind, just because just to have a little bit of room on this side.
Perfect.
Then I'm gonna just, spray. Now, because it's plastic paper, what you will see is it lays on top. So I'm just looking in the light to make sure that's all completely covered. And then what we're gonna do, we can take whatever inks that we want to take. Now, what I would say is just be mindful of the inks that you're using. So I'm gonna be using my CT4. I'm also gonna bring in, and let's bring in one of our CR5. And I think also, so we could have, let's do yellow and blue because that will make a green. So which one do I want to use? A light or a dark? We'll use a lighter blue. And we'll just add these 3 colours. So what we've then got is our little pipettes, and all I'm going to do is drop randomly across.
Okay.
So not doing much at all.
Splat.
Squirting it, yep. So,
love that.
And that's just 1 pipette there. And then we're going to start bringing in our blue.
20% of the stock's gone, by the way.
Oh, of the Yupo.
Flying out, no, of the re-inkers.
Oh, wow.
20% already.
Wow.
Flying out the door.
I'm not surprised. That's such a good deal.
But the thing is as well, you look how little you're using here. These are going to last you at age, aren't they?
Oh, honestly, and I've used mine a lot, Ben. So I've had these, I did a Rinker show before, I use them all the time at home. The yellow one's probably the one I use quite a lot of, so I'm probably about half in there, which is strange. Yellow just seems to react really well with other colours. Which is really good. And then I'm going to also, let's bring in I'm going to bring in some orange as well. So just using these across our page.
This already looks like if this was someone like really famous, like a famous artist doing this, it's like a work of art right there. Sell for $1 million.
That's it, yeah, that's it. So let me just grab, I'm going to use my sort of small flat brush, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to start making sort of splodges just to mix them a bit, but to cover where we've got it. So I'm going to use that with the tape as well. We might as well go over our tape. Waste not, want not, as they say.
Oh yeah, because then, like you say, you can then reuse that at a later date, can't you?
I just peeled it off quickly before and it all rolled up, and I then thought to myself, oh, that's a shame. I should have used that to create that background.
Does this take ages to dry then afterwards?
No. You can dry it quite quickly actually, Ben. So you can dry it yourself, or you can just leave it. You can also run it. And what I mean by run it, because it's wet, let me just take this tape off for the sides. If you move, can you see, as soon as you start to move it, you get that movement. And then what you can do is, I don't want to move it too much because I don't want to mix too many of the colours. I want to have that sort of splodgy feel. But what you can do is sort of hold it down to something, and then you can start taking off any excess that you've got on there. And it just creates these really beautiful backgrounds. And then what we can do is we can start to dry it, to force dry it. Okay. And you can add into that as well, Ben. So once you've so I'm just going to bring in my heat
tool. If you were at home, would you do this as well, or you do this for TV?
No, I would do this at home. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, do this at home. Yeah, I mean, look at the effects that we're getting into here. Although we've lost a bit of the blue, so what I am going to do is just dry this off a little bit, and you can then start to have this different effects by bringing in, and you can see we've stopped really moving so much because we're starting to dry.
It's almost sort of marbled a bit, that, hasn't it?
Yeah, it does. That's exactly what it does. Just looks really effective. And what's great about this technique is you get something different every single time. Yeah. So you can really play about with it. You could even leave some white space, because white space looks really good on this card as well. So just running that over.
This type of crafting really appeals to me because I love that kind of not knowing like exactly how it's going to come out. It's nice obviously to have stuff planned and have them with precision, but with this sort of crafting, it's like Debbie says, each and every time you're going to get something different. You're going to get a really unique project each and every time. And that really appeals to me, not quite knowing what you're going to get. Yeah, absolutely. And it is the backgrounds that you can create, the different projects you can do. If you are someone that never liked mixed media, especially like me, I have to be honest, I was never a mixed media person. And then the more that you work with them and you get excited by everything you can do with them and the different patterns you can create, honestly, there's just so much information out there.
there. So what we're going to do now, we're going to take our tape off. So I'm going to take down some of them here, and I'm going to, let me grab another piece of card because we can then start layering our next pieces down. So, oh, I've got a smaller piece, completely different size of card there, Ben. I don't know what happened there. Let me just grab another piece. What size? Oh, I've got an A5 piece of card. No, that's a weird one. I've cut that really strangely. You know what? I'm just going to use just a normal, it doesn't matter that it's a little bit smaller. So we're going to bring this across. Now this is the wow, look at this. When we peel this off, we get these beautiful stripes, and I'm going to be careful with this because I'm going to take that off and stick that then to our other pieces of card.
Okay.
So that's all dry, and then we can peel this one off. And as we go down, we're then seeing all these gorgeous, look at that.
This is brilliant.
Beautiful. Now, I'm going to pop that one across. I'm just doing it by seeing what we're doing across there. Oh, I've put a little bit on there, never mind. You'll be more careful. I'm just doing this to be fairly quick. So again, pulling the next one off.
Oh, amazing.
Looks good, doesn't it? Oh, see, and that's what I did before. My tape curled up, which we don't want it to do because I do want to create that other background.
I know I say this a lot, but it's one of those things, again, when you were showing me, and I saw your Facebook posts earlier in the week, I saw like the cards that you made, and I thought, how on earth has Debbie done that? And now we're sort of beginning to see the workings of it. It's so super approachable for everybody, isn't it, really?
Yeah,
so look at the finished card, you think there's no way I could do that.
Yep, totally.
But now, look at this.
I know, and sorry, the only reason I'm being like awkward is because I'm trying to save my tape, and now, and because it's sticky, it's stuck underneath now. We will get that off, and I'm trying also not to put my fingers into it. There we go. Okay. So let's do that. Pop that on there. But it just gives us another background. But that is so beautiful that we can create those amazing textures in the background. So that's just one of the ways that you can do it. And also, if you do get ink over your fingers, just give it a wipe with either your hand sanitizer, because that's got alcohol in it, or your rubbing alcohol. But these are the designs we can make. And then if I bring in my finished one here, where we did those different effects in here, you can create. So, cool. So I would have added extra in here of the blue to then create a more marble effect. But what we're going to do in the next demo, I'm just going to give me time to clear up. I'm then going to, I'm going to just wrap this round, Ben, because we've actually made ourselves a really cool background card. But what we're going to do is we're going to then stamp and cut our Yupo paper. And so look at, I mean, that's great. Even that in itself is such a lovely background that you can now use. And that's all set onto that piece of card. So yeah, really great way of doing that. Are
you kidding me? This is amazing. How awesome is this Colour Me Happy show so far? How many great demos have we seen so far? Medley's just saying on YouTube, I'm sitting in traffic through Atlanta on our way out of town to see the in-laws for my kiddos, and being able to watch in the passenger seat obviously helps this trip so much. Kathy saying, I love this, it's so pretty. Deborah Borman Allen on Facebook saying, I've never tried this. I think I'm going to have to order some supplies and try this soon. Yeah, seriously, even if budget doesn't stretch to the amazing deal of the full bundle today, you've got to give this a go. Whether you're going for the starter kit, whether you're going for the smaller bundles, you've got to get in on the action here. And Alison on Facebook saying, Ben and Debbie, whilst it's drying, in areas where it's quite thick, just before it dries, it goes tacky, and you can press your foils into it and they stick. Also sprinkle glitter too.
Well done. And that's what I love. I love our crafting community because we learn from you as well. And I've seen that before. So yes, I should have thought of doing that. That's an amazing idea. Thanks for that tip.
And just to recap, Dieta wants to know what tape you just used then in that demo.
I literally used our low tack tape. It's called low tack tape, but our tape's a little bit sticky, I have to say. But so when I normally put it onto cardstock, I always put it on my clothes or my skin just to make it less tacky. But it's brilliant for the Yupo paper in masking off. I mean, you can create so many different designs. So yeah, just you get a pack of 3, I think, and you'll find it on the website.
Mary Pat says, what a gorgeous technique. I'm not joking you. Stuff is flying off the shelves here. The Reinkers collection, I mean, that's been obliterated right now. The Yupo paper, we've got a lot of stock of the Yupo paper, but actually over 10% of a big stock has gone. You guys are loving this. If you can go for the full bundle today, grab it because it's a tremendous saving. But listen, 20% of the stock, over 20% of the stock is now gone. But whatever you're going for, if you've got stuff in your baskets, this is one of those shows where you don't want to miss a second, right? So we're going to give you some time to check out your baskets. Whilst Debbie just clears up the other side of the studio, you will miss nothing over the next 2 minutes. So get your deal, get your basket checked out, and you can come back and see more demos with Debbie. We'll be back in just a couple.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon. Set? I'll just put it back. Oh, stay. Welcome back. Did you check out your baskets? Excellent news. It's a good time to do it because this is one of those shows. We're going to give you more time to check out through the show because we know you don't want to miss the demos. Keep the questions coming in as well. I'm loving the fact that we're getting so many questions again. Anything that you want to know, anything if you sort of sat on the fence or you're thinking, oh, I want to get the reinkers, but I need to know this, I need to know that. Ask the questions. That's what we're here for, honestly. That's why you guys love us so much because we're live, we're interactive. We'll get those questions answered. If it means you can get these kits home and enjoy them more, then ask those questions. Jerry just saying, I agree with Ben. It's so much fun to not know what will happen when you use these inks. Happy surprises. I just like that, and like the fact that you're going to create something unique every time. I just think the joy of that is tremendous. This is flying out the door, but let's get back over the other side of the studio. Debbie looks like she is armed with the Gemini Mini. What are you doing next then?
Because we've got the gorgeous birthday stamp and dies on the show, and I also wanted to show how beautifully they cut into the Yupo paper and just using my mini. So that cuts absolutely no problem whatsoever, and that's that Yupo paper. Now I would always suggest cutting it first before you stamp and heat emboss, because you could get a slight shrinkage or a distortation. Is that the word? What's the word?
Distortion.
Distortion is distortation.
It's a good word, though.
I do make up my own words.
I like it.
Yeah, distortation.
Distortation.
Yeah, I like making up my own words. So
that's big distortion.
Image, a distorted image. Yes, that's the one. So I'm going to take my stamping platform. We're going to pop onto here. So don't think you just have to use your Yupo paper for backgrounds. You can then start stamping onto them. So what I'm going to do is take that gorgeous birthday month of June, which is the gorgeous rose, and I'm just going to place that into my design. I'm just making sure that there's no real big white areas around.
Just whilst you're lining that up, your fingers have reminded me of a question. That
I'm not a smoker. not that people that smoke, not that all people that smoke have fingers like that.
The question was, no, not that. The question was, we're going to get messy, as we've seen, which is fun, but how do we get the ink off our hands and surfaces?
How do we,
How do you get the ink off?
What you can use your rubbing alcohol.
Yep.
That will get it off. So I did it, and all it did was sort of spread it. But if I washed it in that and then washed it in warm soapy water, that would all come off. And you can see, like my surface, I've done exactly the same. I just squirted some on. I cleaned it with a baby wipe and then just with a dry paper towel, and it takes it all off. So
Good stuff.
there are ways. What I would say though, it is permanent ink. So please don't get it near your clothes on your dining room table. I mean, I've literally, you can't see round my mat, but I've literally cling filmed under my mat in front. I've also got a splodge mat that's in front of me as well.
You should have cling filmed yourself, shouldn't you?
I should have cling filmed myself, yes. So, but and I did think actually, Craig was showing some re-inkers this morning. He had a pinny on, but I don't know where the pinny's gone.
Right.
So,
do you want me to get you one?
No, I'm fine.
Are you sure? I don't want you to ruin your top.
But I actually think I'm quite careful.
Oh, you said that now. That's
I know.
That's pushing it now,
I
isn't
shouldn't
it?
have said that,
That's
should I?
pushing it.
Really shouldn't have said that. So look how beautiful that has stamped onto there. Now, what you can see that I've used is my opaque inks. And the reason I use those was because I am going to, and you've probably wondered how I got this stuck on here as well. I've actually just sprayed it with a little bit of stick and stay. So that keeps that into place. And then what I'm going to show is how we can not only heat emboss it, we can then paint with our alcohol inks as well. So all I'm going to do is take my flower, put it onto there, and I'm going to use just some clear embossing powder. So I'm not a big lover of black embossing powder. I think sometimes it can look quite harsh on top of black ink. So I tend to just stamp in black ink and then use my clear embossing powder. So I'm just going to turn that round and just tap that off. So, and then that way, I was going to throw that in the bin then.
Oh, couldn't do that.
Don't want to do that, do we? Don't want to do that. So let's just pop that out of the way and then bring this in. Now I am going to use, let me grab my pokey tool because I just want to, actually that'll be better because we're going to heat emboss and I don't want it blowing away. So I'm going to put it on the lower setting because we don't want to make it too hot, but we do want to have that heat where that will start to build up. Now if you start to see that it starts to curl in any way at all, just move that away from there. So I can see already, I don't know if we can pick that up on the camera, but I can see that it's starting to go darker. When it starts to go dark, keep moving, so all the time, because what's happening is that embossing powder will be drying and setting onto your image. And this is what I was saying about making sure that you die cut first and then stamp your flower. Just to make sure that middle section's nicely done. Because we're using alcohol ink, this is why I like to set it. And there we go. So it doesn't take long at all and actually doesn't distort the flower too much whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then just rub your hand over it. I mean, I'm doing it because I know it's dry, but just make sure that you check that that's dry before you go ahead with anything else, because you could then get some smudging. And if it's not heat embossed, what happens when you come to painting your flower is that you will get all your black lines smudged in. So we're all set to go there. I'm going to be bringing in my CR5 and OR1, which is my sort of orange colours, and I'm only going to put a little tiny bit down because we don't actually need too much, or if you do need more you can then just add more. So because I did put a bit too much down before, and then all we're going to do is we're going to paint with it, but this time I'm going to just grab myself, you might have a little palette, but I'm actually using these, come in the palettes, oh I just dropped that then, come in the palettes with the little ink jars.
Oh yes.
So I'm just going to use this as my paint palette.
I love it. Never any waste.
Yeah, so but I'm going to use it with my
isopropanol.
yes, Isopropyl. You
Is
said
that what
that
it's called?
nice and quick. That is,
I
yes.
got it right.
Well
Whoa.
done. You said that very quick. I have to think about it before I say it. Then I'm going to grab myself just a small brush. Have I got one at hand? Let me have a look. There we go. So I'm just going to take this one. So I'm just taking a small brush and I'm going to dip it in here. So where you would normally dip it in water, I'm dipping it into in the rubbing alcohol. And then I'm just going to grab myself a kitchen towel. Now this is really important with the kitchen towel. What you want to do, because you don't want to take too much, so you're going to dab that into here, because this will dry, remember, because it is alcohol, so it will dry on your surface. But it means we can go in and see there's too much down. So I'm just going to take some of that, because remember you can actually suck it back up with the with your brush as well. So even though you're putting that down, we can also take that back up. So
do you want a few questions whilst
yes, absolutely. I love questions.
What is the capital? No, not really. Can you use, asks Lil J Craft, can you use re-inkers on shrink plastic can you use re-inkers on shrink plastic and then shrink?
I don't see why not. And actually, shrink plastic does have a glossier surface.
Yes.
And I tell you what would happen, Ben. I mean, I haven't tried it, so I am no expert, but I think when it shrinks, it will intensify the colours.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah,
Yes.
it would, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so I think that's a great call. Definitely try that and let us know how you get on. It's another one I will add to my list.
Of things to try.
Yeah, definitely.
Julie just says, I've just ordered the Yupo paper and the gum.
Brilliant.
A question here which says, can we clarify stick and stay on platform or stick and spray?
Let me just check. Stick and spray. Did I say stick and stay?
I don't know.
Yeah, I probably did. So,
Stick and spray. Whoa! Do you want a minute?
No, because look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to suck it up.
Oh, that's going to take a while though, isn't it?
It might take a while, yes. So, and I do need to do that because I don't want to waste any of my ink. I was doing so well, wasn't I?
Do you know why that happened, don't you? Because you said you didn't need an apron and because you're careful.
I did say that.
I knew.
I knew. Why do we do that?
I tell you what, shall I have a look at some of these birthday stamps over here?
Apologies, everybody.
You all right? Do you need Jake to come give you a hand with his new haircut? Yeah. Jake!
I don't think Jake can do it any quicker than I can, so...
He might be able to. Jake! I think he's coming. I don't know. He's probably doing his hair.
It is, believe it or not, sucking up.
I know it is. It's just going to be...
It's just going to be
We're going to be...
a long...
We've only got an hour left. How quickly... That's the demo, says Johnny. Yeah, it shows you how quickly you can suck up the ink should you spill it. I will quickly show you... he's not coming. I got him a sticky toffee pudding and some custard in between shows, so he's probably backstage
you
eating.
didn't say you were getting sticky toffee pudding and
Well,
custard.
I asked everybody. I said, does anyone want anything from the shop?
Yeah, but you didn't say you were going for sticky toffee pudding and custard.
Well, I wasn't. I was going for getting some dinner for myself, and then he went,
Where did you get that from?
The supermarket.
Sticky toffee pudding?
Yeah. He was going on because he was saying, oh, I fancy something really sweet. He was like, oh, I really fancy something a bit sweet. And he went, oh, custard, and pudding, sticky toffee pudding. So that's what I got him. Oh, I'd have got you some if you'd have known. He had two of the puddings, so he might have shared it with you, but I don't think he's a growing lad, isn't he? Growing lad. Anyway, yeah, he's got to feed the mullet. Let's quickly show you the full range of the birthday month floral stamp and dies you're going to get. This is, I don't know where he is. He must be able to hear because the door's open. There's literally only us four in the building currently. Yes, so basically with this you get these gorgeous florals. You get the dies to be able to cut out the flowers, and then you get some wonderful sentiments to go with them as well. The great thing is 223 elements in total. Jake! 223 elements in total, and you get some gorgeous flowers. I've literally seen him walk down there, and it's only about 20 steps to where he lives in the store cupboard. I mean, he doesn't live in the store cupboard, but he's probably earlier on. Here he is. Debbie's had a bit of an accident. Could you help her out? Thank you. Thank you. He was busy listening to his tunes. Anyway, so with this collection, January, you've got your carnation. You've also got your primrose for February, and as you can see with all of these, you've got these gorgeous stamp flowers, and you get the dies to be able to cut the flowers out. Things here, for example, let me just I can't read this back to front and upside down. Primroses, the spring may love them, summer knows but little of them, says William Wordsworth. You're growing on me is another one of the sentiments. What I love about this as well is the fact that you've got all of the flowers for the relevant month. So you've got March is your daffodil, which is gorgeous. Spring has sprung and sending smiles. And again, you'll get the die to be able to cut that out once you've coloured it. April, that's my month. I love the fact that my daughter's called Daisy, and the flower for April, my birthday month, is a daisy, which is really, really cute. Best friend you've got there. Have a lovely day, and so on and so forth. Again, you get the dies to be able to cut the flowers out. This one here is the lily of the valley. Again, you've got things like April showers, bring May flowers, best of luck. I love the little pennant that you get with that as well. And of course, you can stamp your sentiments into the little pennants, into the little frames that you get with each of the month. There's the rose for June. Things like you are my best bud. See what they did there? And actually, some ones which are useful. Hopefully, you don't have to use them that often, but deepest sympathy comes with that as well. As we move into July, you've got your delphinium. You've then got for August your gladiolus, stay strong, and more. You've then got included your aster for September. You've got your marigold for October. For November, it is the chrysanthemum. And then last but by no means least for December, I bet it's the poinsettia. Yes. There you go. So 223 elements in total. And remember, you get the dies and the stamps for all of those. It's a half price deal, £101 or £119.70. Take another 20% off of that if you're platinum. It's unbelievable. The other thing to say as well is if you want to buy the smaller bundles, they're bundled up December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, basically winter, spring, summer, autumn or fall, so however you want to do it. But if you've loved these previously and you've seen these and you thought can't stretch to 200, 101 or 119 is a lovely, lovely buy on those today. Right, I think we are all cleared up the other side of the studio. Are we back in action, Debbie?
We're back in action. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean,
what?
You just went away from me.
Oh, I know.
It's fine. Look at this.
Yeah,
see?
nothing happened. Nothing to see here.
So what I've done is just finish painting my rose, and then I'm going to go in, wash my brush out in there. We're still going to have a stained brush, but this time I'm going to take my tissue, take a bit more off, and we're going to soak up the green. So we can then, I'm just going to make sure I've not got too much on. Like I say, you can take it away, but this is a great way of being able to paint with. Without using your pen. So, yeah. I mean, isn't it incredible that we can make these reinkers into paints, into a paint palette?
Yeah, absolutely. And it goes to show, like you said, the versatility of them, but the fact that they go so, I mean, if you don't tip them over, they go a long, a long way. Mary Pat is saying, Debbie, that mishap is something that I would do. And Medley says, I'd never thought about painting with alcohol paints, as this is incredible. Yeah. I can't wait to try this technique. I need to add this whole collection now. And Cindy is saying, glad I ordered ahead with the jigsaw puzzle dies. Debbie, and these are amazing. I kind of like Ben and his comic relief too. I'll take that as a compliment. And another Cindy just says, darn it, the joys of being live.
Absolutely.
That's what happens sometimes.
All human.
Exactly, yeah. We only do what you will probably do at home, so.
Yeah, that's it. So I'm just rinsing my brush in there, and don't waste that. You can use that again in something else. But look how beautiful we've been able to paint our rose. And then if I bring in our background that we did earlier, that will then match with that. So if I just move that up and bring in that other finished card that we just did that in sort of different colours. But that's just such a nice way of being able to decorate your cards, stamp a little sentiment in between there, and just a really really nice effect.
The finished card you got there then is literally just different colours.
It's just different colours, yes.
Wow.
And I've just let it pool more and left it to dry. So you actually get these sort of pool-ins. So which is incredible. But I'm going to show, I mean, we've just sort of took time on that. I think for the next, how long have we got? For the next hour, actually, we're going to be doing different backgrounds, showing how you can use bleach, some salt, using all sorts of things to create different backgrounds. So we're going to have a lot of fun.
I love this show. I always love Colour Me Happy, just for the fact that I always learn a lot. I think I learn a lot more during Colour Me Happy. Certainly tonight as well with these re-inkers. First time that I have seen this collection live, and I'm loving the fact that they are so super versatile, and that, you know, there's so many different things that you can do with them. If you don't want to go for the full bundle tonight, why not go for the starter kit? Because again, this gives you a little bit of a, you know, dip your toe into the water, give it a little bit of a go, and it's a really nice bundle to go for, because you're going to get 3 of your re-inkers included in there. The 3 colours that you are going to get are your pink violet PV3, you've got your jade green JG4, and then your petrol blue BT9. Oh, Ben, on top of that, it's fine, it's fine. Shh, put that, just, yeah, stay. Sure, stop saying Ben in my ear. She knocked over a whole bottle of ink a minute ago, and you didn't give her this much grief. Gee. I don't come here to get grief. I get that when I'm at home. I come here for a bit of relaxation, nice easy couple of days. Do you know what I mean, Debbie? Do you know what I mean? Don't get this on the other team. I love them all, really. I love them all, really. You're also going to get your Pepio glue gun that you've got in there. Your stamp as well, which you saw on the first demo. You've got your metallic pens, your sparkle pens, 3 of those. You've got your ink pad, which is your alcohol-proof noir black, and then you've got 60 sheets of your A4 white stamping card. Really nice fun. That wasn't me. I didn't even touch that. Hey, I didn't touch it. You're going to get that for £35 or $50. Of course, if you're a platinum member, you can take another 20% off that, which is £28 or $40. But what I would do to kind of make this the ultimate bundle is pop in your Yupo paper, because actually that's a half price deal. It's super versatile to use with your re-inkers, and actually if you are going for this today as your first purchase in our Spend More Save More event, it's £30 basically. If you spend £30 or $30, you get an extra £5 off. It's 1 transaction per customer, but if you're platinum, that's 28, isn't it? So pop this in, $3.99 or $4.97. That gets you over that threshold and saves you that extra £5. People multi-ordering the Yupo paper, knowing how versatile it is, and also knowing how quickly it basically goes out of stock. So grab it whilst you can. $3.99, $4.97. Yes, definitely worth going for. Thank you for all of the comments coming in. Loving the show. I know many of you are. Are we having a look at the full collection? Yes, let's do it. 21 of those you are going to get within this collection. All of the colours, as you can see here. Do you want me to list all these off? Should I do it? Okay, all the colours you're going to get then. So you're going to get, oh dear, your... oh, hang on. Duck blue, peacock blue, sky blue, soft purple, damson, purple and fruit pink, begonia, portrait pink, emerald and meadow and camo green, neon yellow and sunshine and lemon, blue turquoise, pistachio, Caribbean, red, bright orange, burnt orange. Is that all of them? Lions and tigers and bears. Oh, wow. 71.88 or 95.40. Remember, you've got the ease of use with those because they each come with that little pipette. You know, they're great, obviously, if you've got your classics, you've got your illustrators, they're there to be able to refill those pens. But actually, look at the demos that you've seen so far. As a standalone product, they are phenomenal. And the price on this, again, you're seeing, basically works out that you're buying the full collection, but you're saving £54. It's like you're getting 9 for free. 71.88 or 95.40. Unbelievable value for money. Let us, yes, check out your baskets, but let us get back to Debbie, because of course I think we're a bit behind now on the demos, because I was, mucking about over here whilst Debbie was trying to do the demo. Well,
it could have been a lot to do with that spilling my pot.
But, what are we doing next?
Right, so before we get on to them them because I really want to show you some of the watercolour products as well. So I think we're going to do one more thing on the Yupo paper because I want to show you how differently you can use different mediums. So what I've actually got, I'm going to bring these in. I've got some water and I've got just 5 drops, and I mean drops as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could you see those? Maybe it'd be better on the front because then we'll just see, just because I don't want you to use any more. So you just literally want like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. That's what I mean by drops of bleach in water. So just plain water, and we put that in bleach. And then with the salt one, I've got some salt. I just write it on there so I know which one is which. And I always keep these separate because obviously bleach bleaches, but it's a very small amount of bleach that you need to use. And then I've put half a teaspoon of salt into half a cup of water. So that's all diluted in there. Now this just works slightly different. So I'm going to take let's get rid of one to start with and that piece. And we're going to start with our bleach. So I'm going to just put this onto my page. And I'm just making sure that we've got enough so I can then blend that in. So I'm just going to make sure that this, got a bit of a dirty brush, but that's fine, just goes all over. Because what this does is it acts as a different solution to what you're, and I'm going to pop this to one side because I know bleach is on that one. This adds a different texture to your rubbing alcohol. So if I bring in some of my colours and we start putting that down, look at this.
Oh,
it just creates, yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
I can't even describe what that looks like. It looks like something you'd find under the sea, like a coral reef or something. Yeah,
absolutely. And you can just keep doing sort of different effects on this, but it's a brilliant way just by adding that little bit of salt, but yeah, it's, sorry, not salt, bleach. So this is the one with bleach. So all you will do is let this dry. So you create these gorgeous, sorry, I'm just thinking what colours to use on there. I don't want to muddy it. So let's just put some blue into there.
Just whilst Debbie's just doing that, just to say apologies, we've had a couple of issues technically on the website. I know a few of you have been having problems getting the half price shipping on the main deal, which we promised you. That has now been rectified. So if you have been trying to check out and you're thinking, oh, it's not doing it, it will be doing it now for you. But apologies for that. It is now working. So just to let you know.
So we're just going to leave this, Ben. So what I'm going to do is put this onto a piece of card and we're going to let it dry and then come back to it at the end of the show. Okay. But this is a really nice way of creating just an unusual type background. So we'll pop that, and you can actually, as I lift this, this will move as well. So you can see where some of it is and some of it isn't. It doesn't mix as well, but it does make
That's a really weird effect.
Yeah, it makes
it's making my eyes go funny.
Yeah, it does make a really weird effect. So let me just clear up this, and then what we're going to do is paint our background now with salt. So let's just clean off my brush.
You're definitely going to be raiding your kitchen cupboards and under the sink for all of these bits and pieces to try all these demos out when you get home. This is brilliant. I love it when you guys bring in kind of like everyday items into the demos. I think it is great, and like the effects that you can achieve from things like, you know, your bleach.
Oh, I've just done the bleach again, haven't I? I bet people watching me thinking, what is she doing?
I was too busy chatting away.
The good thing is though, is because it's plastic paper, look, just wipes away.
Yeah.
Just wipes away, which is amazing. So you don't waste, and that's what I love about this. Same as the one I just done. If you don't like it, you just wipe it all and it just all goes away. But what I am going to do is just bring in some water just to make sure we've cleaned that bleach off.
And it was
sorry, Ben.
Sorry, I was just going to say, James was asking what did Debbie use on that last demo. It was the bleach on the last demo.
Yes.
And Alison's just saying, never tried that before. Guess what I will be doing tomorrow?
So I'm going to clean my brush again. And then this time, I've got my salt this time. We're going to be using the salt effect.
Okay.
And then I was trying other things as well. And I'm going to show you some of the ones that I have been doing. Because you can actually use salt, like rock salt, on top as well. So that makes a big difference. So lots of different things you can use. So let me just do these. And this offers just a little bit, oh, I haven't wet it enough. Let me put a bit more down on that one. Just wash them ones away. I might not have put enough salt in this. Ah, there we go. So this acts just a little bit different. It doesn't pool as much, but it's another way that you can put them down. So quite similar to the bleach, but just slightly different. But you can see, actually, it doesn't react as well, but it makes these really unusual backgrounds. So if I just pull this onto the tissue, so we're getting quite messy, it's just creating those really unusual backgrounds that you can do with those. So just different ways of doing it. But what I am going to do is bring in these bits here. This one is putting your paints onto it and using, let me just bring this in, just using bubble wrap. So putting that bubble wrap over the top. Now that stays quite wet. So what I would say, once this has got quite wet, you need to let that dry a little bit before you take your bubble wrap off, because it won't dry fully if you leave the bubble wrap on. But if it's too wet, the bubbles won't hold, if that makes sense. So you just use your bubble wrap. So what I would do is paint the bubble wrap and put that on your surface and then sort of squish it down, and then you get this really unusual effect. Now this one I thought I'd try. We just used our oranges and yellows, but I actually put rock salt down on here. It didn't work as well as it would on, and you can see how shiny it is, but it didn't work as well. It works better on watercolour card, but on Yupo paper it still reacted with the inks and creates almost that coral effect. So they're all just the different effects that we can use using the Yupo paper. So let's move those out the way.
There's so many. I'm just looking down all of the comments that are coming in, and there's loads of these emojis coming up, these ones.
Ooh.
Which is the wow one, isn't it? An amazing effect, says Lynn. Jane says, I am mesmerised. Laura's just saying, reminds me of snowflakes, some of these effects, or molecules under a microscope. Lynn saying, does the bleach work as well on ordinary card and paper, or is it just mainly on the old, on the Yupo?
Yeah, just on the Yupo it reacts, yes. If it was put onto, I mean, you'd have to really wet the cardstock for it to have a reaction, and it wouldn't react that well on there. But it's definitely worth a try. That's what I say. It's a bit of card. So I love the Yupo paper because you can keep reusing it as much as you want. Whatever you're not liking, you just wipe off and then you just start again. So that's the best thing about Yupo paper. It is amazing.
Wow, listen, what a brilliant show. I mean, I am loving this. There's so many great demos, so many inspirational demos. And as I said earlier on, I love the fact that you will be, you know, when you get these, you'll be reaching under the kitchen cupboard, won't you? Get in the bleach, you'll be going into your cupboards to get out the salt, you'll be doing all of these different demos, and that's what we're here for, is to give you the inspiration, give you the ideas to get the very best out of these products. And there's so many things that you can do. I would say the majority of you are going for the full collection, because remember, with this collection, don't forget, you're making that big saving, $53.91 or $71.55. Kind of works out really, if you put it, you know, in your mind, that you're getting 9 of those for free. That price, of course, comes down lower if you're a platinum member. Another 20% off that, $57.50 or $76.32. Also, just to say, with our Spend More, Save More event, because this is over £30, if it's your first transaction in the event, you'll save another £5, $5 off that price, because basically if you spend over £30 or dollars, you get an extra £5 or $5 off, and half price shipping, which we've now fixed on the website as well. So there's so many reasons to get this bundle, and that is why loads of you have already gone for it, and the stock is dwindling. Let us now, look at the time. Where's the time gone on this show? Seriously. Let's give you time to check out your baskets. We've got some more information coming up for you here, but this is the point where you're going to miss nothing. We're going to take a bit of a break, and we'll be back with you in just a couple. So if you've got stuff to check out, do it now.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can get the best deals and shop while you watch during our shows. The best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. So head over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV Home, where you can see all of our shows, plus exclusive offers, and even shop while you watch. Now, if you want to get involved and comment along, you can head on over to our community pages. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and chat along live with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even airplay our shows direct onto your big screen or stream us live through YouTube. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon. Who's got the clever hat on today? Who's got the clever hat on? Well, Karen says, Debbie's got the clever hat on today. Awesome techniques. You got the clever hat on.
Well, thank you very much.
Yep. Marisol just says, now I have to play with my inks. Couple of quick questions before I just want to come and show you the sparkle pens. Anne wants to know, how does that bubble wrap effect work?
Right, so we could do it. Shall we quickly do it?
Oh, do you want to do it now or do you want to do it in a minute?
We'll do it in a minute, shall we?
Do it in a minute. We'll show you then. That's brilliant.
Yeah, we'll show you. Before the end of the show, remind me and we'll quickly do it because it's nice and easy.
And Patricia says, is the Yupo paper similar to photo paper used to develop pictures?
So they both have a glossy surface, but photo paper is paper, but it's coated, a bit like Centura, where it's coated with a shimmer cardstock on the top. So it will work, but you don't get, it's a bit like the bleach and the salt techniques. It doesn't work as well. Yupo paper, honestly, if you tried both, it's just the best out there because it's actually not a paper, it's a plastic paper. Okay. So yes, it's not the same thing.
Keep those questions coming. I love this show. So much fun. So many great demos and great. We're answering all your questions for you as well. We've got the sparkle pens on the show, as we've already touched on. The Glitz and Glamour collection. So this is the one that you're going to get here. These are absolutely brilliant. You've got that brush nib on there, if you like. So you're going to get, just in this collection, your Glitz and Glamour, which is the 3 across the bottom here. $10.39 or $13.56 is the deal here. So you're going to get your pink garnet, your amethyst and your aquamarine in the sparkles. We have got the perfect pastels. They are available individually. So it's the top row now. I feel like I'm an optician. Take a look at the top row here, the top row, where you've got your moonstone, your cosmos and your rose quartz. Yeah, you're saving 20% tonight. So $10.39 or $13.56 for the perfect pastels. And of course, another 25% comes off that if you are a platinum member. Then also on the show, we have got the metallics, which are the top of the board right there. Oh, actually, have I? Oh, they're here because they're within the collection, aren't they? It's that. So if you're going for the starter pack today with the reinkers, you actually get the metallics, but you can get them individually. So you're going to get your onyx black, you're going to get your sterling silver, and you're also going to get that gorgeous gold as well, the spun gold. So they're $10.39 or $13.56. Next up, we've got some 6-packs. Oh, love a 6-pack. Which is your Nature's Trail. So again, some lovely colours. All 6 of these you're going to get. That price tonight is brilliant, by the way. $19.99 or $26.36. Within that, you have got your garden green, your lilac and your mushroom. You've got your sunshine and your watermelon, and the one in the middle that I always say wrong. It is, no, it's not that. You said that on purpose to put me off. It is lichen. Is it lichen? It's not lichen, is it? Is it lichen or lichen? Lichen. Lichen. I say lichen and everyone always laughs. It's lichen. 19.99 or 26.36, saving 20%. And then we've also got the autumn winter collection on the show for you as well again, so that's another bundle within that. I can do all of these, I think. You've got your harvest moon, your olive jade, your smoked quartz, starry sky, your holly leaf, and your red berry. Again, all 19.99 or 20. Oh, hello, 26.36. What is going on tonight? Stuff getting dropped. It is hot in here. It's hot. It's late. It's Friday, but we are having a great time. Let us have a look at these sparkle pens. Chat to us about these, Debbie. For people who haven't seen these before, why are these loved so much?
Do you know what? They've been around a few years now, and they are still in our core and the heart of Crafters Companion Spectrum Noir, because they are full of sparkle, which is amazing. Really microfiber, microscopic, should I say, glitter that's in these pens. Now, when they come to you, you'll get them your set of 3. Now, you can see this one looks very different because I've primed these 2. So I'm going to show you how we prime these. So first of all, you'll see that there's this little yellow nib round here. What you're going to do, and your brush is quite hard. It's had a special coating put on to keep it in place. So all you do is give that a wiggle, and then that softens it. So you've got that Japanese brush nib. You're then going to unscrew that and take that away. You can just throw that away, and you can see this is the barrel, so there's nothing coming out of there at all. And actually, if I hold that near my microphone, you can hear that there's Bavarians in there, so you always want to shake it. So we say shake it to wake it. Now, in the nib, you've got a little sharp point inside. We're going to screw this back on, and that sharp point is going to pierce our barrel. Yep. It's going to pierce our barrel. So now this ink is going to flow. Now, there's a chamber. These are so clever, these pens. There is a chamber in your nib, and your ink will only refill that chamber. So what will happen, let me grab myself some card. What will happen is on the side of your pen, you've got a push. It's sort of moulded in, but it actually says, if I turn it that way, you can see it says push. Can we catch that? I'm not sure.
There we go. Can. Charlotte's coming in.
Yeah,
is she coming
Charlotte
in? Here she comes.
The Queen of Zoom.
The Queen of Zoom.
Oh, there.
Oh, I can see something there. I can just make it out.
Yep.
Yes.
So we can see it says push on there, and on the opposite side. So just say push. So you're going to put your finger and your thumb onto that push, and actually that's a brilliant picture. See this little chamber here? Yeah. I'm going to push, and I'm just going to give it some little squeezes. And what's going to happen is that, it's just come out of there. Can you see it fills out? I give it a bit more squeeze. Yep. But that's going to then create this look at that. Now, what will happen as you use your pen, none of this ink will go into this chamber until this is empty, this is gone empty, and you'll start to be dry. So as you start to paint, and you can see you've got those beautiful brush strokes on there, and actually what I haven't done, Ben, I haven't shook it because it's a brand new one. You do need to shake this to get the glitter, because I don't think, I'm looking at that thinking there's not a lot of glitter in there. So shake it to wake it. That means all that glitter will be distributed evenly, and then what I'm going to do is paint this on, and then we will look at that shine as that starts to dry. Now leave it to dry, because once it dries, the glitter on there will get more intense, and then you'll start to see that glitter come through. Yeah. So we'll come back to that as soon as that's dried, but that's how you would prep it. Now this pen pack is my all-time favourite. I'm going to bring in one of our abstract stamps, and all I'm going to do is bring 2 colours in. So I'm going to bring these 2 colours in, which is our pink garnet and aquamarine. So let's start with blue, as we're in the sky and we've got our butterfly. So I'm going to squeeze while I am painting, so that will just bring out a little bit more here. So we can bring that right down. But then if I bring my paintbrush, actually I'll put that in, so I need to find myself another paintbrush. So and then we can start to use this to do a colour wash that goes down. So we're not using so much of our pen, but you will still get that intensity of the glitter running through. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my pink pen. Do the same, but this time we're just going to put some pink along the bottom.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to again use my paintbrush, and we're going to do the same. We can then blend that down. So it's got a bit of blue on my brush, but if I then blend it out, look at this, the colour change
here we go.
into here. Looks, it's so intense, and you're still going to get that beautiful glitter. So really love that about these pens, that they are so easy to work with. And actually, I'm just going to wipe that splodge off. I've run out of tissue, there we go. Just go across there with that purple splodge to put that down. So we're getting those beautiful colours running down, and that's just using 2 of them. And then you've got your third colour with your purple one. But what I'm going to do is just quickly dry this off, because when we dry it off, we can then start to faux bleach. We can see, oh, I can really see that shimmer. I'm going to bring this in. Can you see? Look at the shimmer in that now.
Oh yeah, especially on the top there.
So
wow.
Where it's all gone really shimmery. So yeah, it looks amazing. And this one will do exactly the same. So when it dries, the shimmer will get much more intense and look beautiful. But then what you can do is you can faux bleach. Now, I've started liking to, I used to just flick my fingers into it. So you can do lots of different ways. You can put your, use your brush and sort of knock it onto your finger to create sprinkles. Or you can use some pipettes. So if you use some pipettes, I'm just going to get some clean water. And you can just hover and drop the little droplets on. So it's just a case of being sort of a bit more precise with where you want them. You can do them, I'm squeezing a bit to get them out, but if you just let them drop, you can then create all these beautiful droplets, which then look like dewdrops.
Yeah.
So you can be more precise, or you can just flick over and have them like that. So I'm just going to leave that just for a few more seconds, because the longer you leave it, what those little droplets are doing, they're sucking up that water and then creating something really beautiful. And then all you need to do is just drop that on top to pick that up. Oh, that one didn't pick up. Let's just pick that one up, and then it creates these droplets, and the longer you leave them, you can see the more it bleaches them out. And that's when, then if I bring in my card that I finished, we did just the same on this. So once it dries, you get that beautiful sparkle in there, and it's a really good resist onto there. So that's one way of using them. And then the other thing you can do, so where you have this is what I was going to show as well, which we didn't do on your background, is when we were saying about the bubble wrap, this creates on the sparkle one. So using that same technique and putting your bubble wrap on creates that same effect onto there. But that's not with the alcohol inkers, that's with your sparkle pens. So it looks incredible, you can do that way. And then what you can do, you can just bring in your normal images. Now this is a great one to use with your Pebeo drawing gum, so you can create your backgrounds. But actually you can paint direct with these pens. All I would say is have your tissue at hand ready. I'm going to switch my colours. I've now got my pastel set. And let's use some of the beautiful colours in here, and these can be mixed together as well. So let's start off with this sort of darker colour on the inside, and I'm not doing loads because I can then come in, I'm going to use my blue. I'm just making sure I've not got too much on. I'm going to start the blue on the end, but then start to mix it in the middle, and then we get that ombre of purple. And I'm going to keep going sort of because I don't want to lose that colour. So just you can sort of put that back in if you like. So you sort of add in that pink but then taking it away. And it's just a way that you can really get that intensity of colour through your flowers. And then just bringing in that totally different colour, but knowing you can then blend that in to make that third colour.
Tell you what, there's a lot of love for the sparkle pens coming. It seems like loads of you already got them. And it's great when you guys are giving your testimonials as well as to how great they are. Susan just saying, hi, Debbie, Ben, CTV and everyone have been watching on the TV, but I had to do my food order for delivery tomorrow afternoon, but all the demos have been amazing.
Thank you.
Rosalind is saying, I love my sparkle pens. They're great to watercolour with. Pamela says, I love the sparkle pens. They are my favourite colouring medium.
Yes, I don't blame you.
I have these pens, says Linda. So glad that I'm watching this. Barbara Rostovsky on YouTube says, this has been a very informative show. Thank you, Ben, Debbie and the CC crew. Sarah said, another saved video. And Beth Metzger on Facebook said, I was just thinking, if both Debbie Robinson and Debbie Fisher were both on an inky show at the same time, there would be a beautiful inky mess all over. I mean, it would be, wouldn't it? It would be a messy old show.
Messy old show, wouldn't it? Absolutely.
And Sue on YouTube just saying, I need to play with my sparkle markers more to learn all that they can do. But they're another really super versatile medium, aren't they, Debbie?
So much so. I think we forget about them because we do have our pens all the time. And if I'm honest, my go-to pens probably are my tri-blend, my alcohol markers. I think we all have a preference of what we like doing, but I think sometimes it's good to come out of your comfort zone and try something different, because I adore the sparkle pens. I love that they give sparkle, but I also love how easy they are to use. So easy. I think they're forgiving, which is sometimes what we need when we are colouring. So we don't need to worry about, if we don't like something, a lot of the time we can just add extra water down and just suck that colour back up and start a little bit more. So there's always ways of being forgiving in your crafting. But there's so many different things that you can do with sparkle pens, and I think that's that's because they're so easy to use. I mean, we do the sparkle jars, but actually, funny enough, Ben, the sparkle jars were brought into play because when these first come out, we used to say, don't push, even though it says push, just a little squeeze. And everyone was pushing, because actually what you can do, if I squeeze that, look, I can make a pool on there, and it means I can then use my paintbrush. And this is what people were starting to do. So they were starting to colour their mediums onto their page. So that's where the sparkle jars come in. So I'm just going to paint over that, because actually this is where, do you know when we say things can be really forgiving? So let me just do that. We've still got that beautiful effect of what we use our flower in the background. But then what we can do is we can go in with our smaller brush. Let me grab this one and some clean water. We can actually then start taking that water, taking that out, so we can start to faux bleach. So if I just go in and put some more down there, and then you go in, you would let yours dry before you do this, but can you see, we can then do that background, but start taking out that colour. So there we go, popping that in, and you just keep going in and dabbing on it and taking out that colour.
That's so clever.
And this is how this is why they're so forgiving and so easy to work with. And then you would let that dry, and you could then completely go back in with a totally different colour. So this one, and in fact the other way round would have been better, because this one would have looked like it was in the background, like this one, and then you could have painted this one really vividly.
One tip after another tonight. What a great show, Debbie, says Mary Pat 1000. I would echo that a million times over. It's been, as I said to you earlier on, I always find this show personally very, very informative. I mean, all our shows are informative, but this one particularly, and tonight, off the chart. I have all the sparkle pens, says Even. I love them. And great show, says Claudia on YouTube. So many new ideas. And that, again, is the point. We're here. If you're getting these tonight for the first time, we want you to go home with all these ideas. But if you've already got them, then again, you've got more ideas to go with. And there's so many times we hear you guys say, oh, well, I bought these ages ago and I'm not quite sure what to do with them. You've got loads of ideas to take home tonight. Debbie is on fire.
Yeah, and I've got to show you another technique, because I've just realised I haven't shown you yet. And
Bubble wrap.
It is. No, oh yes, we'll go to that, because that's the alcohol markers, but I want to show you something else that you can do, just in case you haven't seen it. You may have seen it and you may have not. So I'm going to bring myself up some watercolour card. Actually, you can do it with any cardstock, and all I'm going to do is fold this in half. So we'll fold that in half. Now, I did have, and I'm just going to find it. I don't know what I've done with it, so we'll get a new piece. There it is, right in front of me. I'm just going to grab myself a new piece of string. So all you need, I'm using twine, so it doesn't even have to be string. I'm going to just give that a cut There's some scissors. There we go. And I love this technique. It's one that just works always so well.
I've done this one before.
Beautiful. Have you?
Yeah, if it's the one I think you're going to do when you do the...
Yes, we're going to whip it out of the card. Whip it out.
Whip it out.
So let's use that gorgeous pink. So all I'm going to do is just dab that all over. There we go. And make sure that's all covered. You don't want it too wet. If it's too wet, it can make just a muddy puddle.
Yeah, don't want a muddy puddle.
You don't want a muddy puddle. But like I always say, all you've lost is a piece of card if it doesn't go right first time.
Yes.
All you then need to do is put it back in, because when it gets, the drier it gets, the better the display gets. So I'm not worried about that on there, because we're just going to be using the inside. So I'm just going to find my end. So all we're going to do, you're going to wind this round in circles.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter where that is on the card. So you will then fold your card like that.
Yes.
And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to whip that out. Just like that.
Okay.
Just like that. So we've got our string. And then when we open it, we get... Oh, so mine might have been a bit too dry.
That's still pretty decent.
But yeah, it's not bad at all, is it? It has given us that beautiful effect.
Awesome.
So let's just turn it the other way and let's just do it again. But this time we'll add a little bit more ink. I was just being very, because sometimes it does, and I think what it is, it's twine. I would normally use string.
Just normal string, yeah.
And I can see that there is some patches there that it hasn't gone onto. So I'm just going to re-wet that.
Okay.
Because I want you to see the full impact of how this works. It's such a great thing to do, and you get 2 images each time. So I'm just making sure I've got no patches in my twine.
Pegs is saying I couldn't get the string technique to work, so I'm watching carefully. So the thing is to make sure you've got enough ink on there, as we've just seen.
So make sure you've got enough ink, and to make sure you do it in circles.
Right.
So wherever you lay this down, you just want to go round in circles. Doesn't matter where the circles are. And then you just fold that on top. And then again, we're going to, let go of the string. We're going to whip that out. And then we're going to open that, and hopefully, there we go. We've got a much better image that time.
Yes.
And then if I bring this one in, I did this just in a red pen and made it into a little card, and I just used one of the sentiments from the stamps. Friendship is a flower that blooms in all seasons. But it's really nice that you can just make cards like that out of such a simple technique. So keep practicing that one, because it's a really good one to use. And like I say, sometimes you get a really good image, sometimes not so good, but keep doing it, because you do get really beautiful images on there.
Yeah, but I think the thing to say again is, as Debbie touched on, you know what, if you try it and it doesn't quite work, the worst thing you've done, you've wasted a piece of card, and you just go again. And it's a good tug, isn't it? It's a good pull. I've done it once before. That's give it a good, and then you'll get great results with it. I can't tell you how many lovely comments are coming in here. Seriously, Kylie says, I love using my sparkle pens over my foam flowers. Sarah Schaefer saying, that is awesome. String? Who knew? And Teresa saying, I love this twine technique. I've made several backgrounds with it. Again, it's like getting all those different things. So you'll be getting the string out, you'll be getting the bleach, you'll be getting the salt, you'll be trying all these different things, remember that TV show MacGyver, when he used to get all those different bits and pieces and do amazing things? I feel like you're the MacGyver of craft tonight, Debbie, honestly. So many great ideas. Merlin just saying, what an awesome technique, Debbie. And just to recap, Sarah on Facebook was saying, what paper did Debbie use on the Daisy one? Was that the one before?
The Daisy. This one is watercolour cardstock.
There you
watercolour.
Go. Wow, what a show. We've literally got just over 50 minutes left. We are going to have to, at some point, do a demo of the show. Shall we do that now? I don't know why I'm talking like that.
So we've got three to choose from. So our first technique we did with the Yupo paper at the back, which was that one. Which I had a finished card for. Then we did the sparkle butterfly, which was another one, and then the calla lily as well. So there we go. So 1, 2, and 3.
All right, vote now on that for the demo of the show. Let's give you 5 minutes to vote for the demo of the show, and then we will do the demo of the day as well in just a few moments' time, because if you missed launch day earlier on, we had those brand new jigsaw dies, which loads of you bought. And Debbie did a really, really lovely demo, which we'll show you in just a few moments' time. But let's recap on this big bundle, the Colour Me Happy Re-Inkers collection. They're back in stock. And again, these are one of those products that we tend to get in and they disappear very, very quickly. So if you've been waiting for these, today is the day, friends, to grab this collection. 21 re-inkers. Don't forget, within here, I'll list them off. You've got duck blue, peacock blue and sky blue, soft purple, damson and purple. You've got your fruit pink, your begonia, your portrait pink, emerald meadow, camo green, neon yellow, sunshine and lemon, your blue turquoise, your pistachio and your Caribbean. And then you've got your red, bright orange and burnt orange. The deal's phenomenal because it's normally £125 or $166. This is the price you pay today. So it's basically the equivalent of you getting 9 of the re-inkers for free. You can take another 20% off that if you're a platinum member, don't forget, $57.50 or $76.32. And I'm being reliably informed that the half price shipping deal we've been bringing to you is now working. So again, for those of you, a few of you have been having a few technical difficulties with that, it is now working. If you have been charged full shipping, email customer services and they will refund the difference. I must apologise for that. If you have had difficulties and you've gone, oh, Ben said it was half price shipping, I've been charged the full amount. Email our customer services and they will refund that difference for you as well, because there's just been a technical gremlin. It does happen, but apologies, but you will get your money back if you email us. We will sort that out for you. But the whole point is, this bundle is fantastic, right? You get all those colours, all of the different things that we've seen Debbie do over the course of this show. Honestly, you need to get these and you need to bookmark this show, save this show on YouTube so you can come back to it. Something else which you definitely need to go for, just to reiterate, these are available in smaller bundles for you. But if you're getting any of the re-inkers tonight, get the Yupo paper, do yourself a favour and get it. Because again, we don't have this in stock too often. It wasn't even supposed to be here, but Debbie was like, hang on a minute, we need this on the show. And here it is. It's a half price deal as well, which is even better. So you're going to get 10 sheets of your Yupo paper, 5 to 7. Grab it once, grab it twice, grab it thrice, or fourfold. $3.99 or $4.97 is the deal, less your 20%, comes down even further for you. But add that into your basket a few times over, because then you can try loads of the techniques that you've seen tonight already. And as I've said, you can break that main bundle down to smaller bundles. We've got the starter kit as well. Best thing to do is go to our website, have a look at the show, and you can see all of those deals. Right, you've got, I would say, about a minute remaining to get your vote in on the demo of the show. Whilst we wait for that, we're going to go back to see some more awesome techniques. I don't know how you can better yourself tonight, because I mean, seriously, this has been phenomenal.
There is still more, but we're going back to the Yupo paper, going back to our re-inkers, and what I'm going to do is show you slightly different how we don't make our page so wet. So what we're going to do to start with is just put some of our inks down, and I'm really just going to use our purple and sort of blue colours to make a really beautiful background. And then we'll take our purple ones and we will then add that one in. Oh, that's quite a dark purple actually. I think I'm going to just switch, put a bit in there, and then we'll take another one.
Okay.
So let's use our lavender, which is lavender 3. Oh, it still looks dark. Never mind. I'm sure it will be fine. So this time what we're going to do is use our spray. So I've always got a separate, when you go for your misters, you'll get 3. I think it's 3 in a pack, but you'll find them on the website. Yeah. I use one just for this, and it's why I write on it as well. So it's not got water in it. It's got my isopropanol. So think then if I'm saying it right. And then I'm just going to sort of spray. Now what that's going to do, it's going to allow me to move that about on my page. And all I'm going to do is dab in, because I want to keep a lot of that. And I also then want to move that about. So once I've done this, we can then start playing with our background.
Ooh, okay.
So if you sort of move, can you see, look at this, how it just all starts to move and create, and just, it's just amazing. So creating that gorgeous background. using all those papers. So then what I'm going to do, before that dries too much, we're then going to bring in our bubble wrap.
Okay.
And then we're going to place the bubble wrap over the top. And if you just press in, and you just want to just want to yeah, you just want to leave. Now if I bring that up, you can see now I know that that's not too wet, so I can leave that on there just for a little bit. And I did tap this onto my other one, so some of the bubbles I can feel are really flat, so I think I don't think I've got any more bubble wrap, no, but I would say make sure your bubble wrap's raised so you've got bubbles in it.
Love to pop
a lot
that
of
stuff.
mine is flat, yeah, definitely. And then you just need to keep checking that it's not going to go back, because if that's too wet, what happens, and it's not at all, in fact it's working really well, what happens if it then pulls, and then when you leave it to dry it starts to just seep back into its usual place. But that's creating a really nice effect. And then I did this one where it just, you see with the bubbles in it, this one was a little bit wetter, so, and the bubbles actually leave that sort of pooling in there, so you're getting all these different amounts that you can do on there. And then remember, you can stamp over this. This would look great with white heat embossed, and then you can stamp over those. So just another way that you can do that with. But you can see as you're watching it, there is places that are starting to sort of just mix a bit into place. But it's a really cool way of being able to do just those exceptional backgrounds, which I just love.
Honestly, how great has this show been? The results are in for the demo of the show. It's won by a landslide, I've been told. Card number 1.
Where did I put them?
I've got it here.
Oh, you took it.
I've got it.
He crept up and took it.
Ever prepared. So just very quickly, just to recap then, you now got to vote for your demo of the day. If I show you the demo from earlier, this was Debbie's make. So this was with the new jigsaw dies, wasn't it, Debbie?
Yes.
And who were those cuties on there?
Oh, they're my little granddaughters.
Yeah.
So we've got Ava there on the left, and Ruby's the eldest one, who's 6. And we made this earlier just by making that little trough, as you said,
little trough.
to keep the puzzle pieces in.
Yeah, really cool idea. I love this a lot, and it's a really, really lovely collection. Very different, isn't it, to what you've seen on this show. So that is number 1, if you want to vote for that for your demo of the day. And number 2 is the one that you've just voted for. I know, if you weren't watching earlier, but I know which one Debbie will want to win out of the two, and I am saying nothing. So number 1 for the jigsaw puzzle card with trough. Or number 2, such a horrible word, isn't it? Or number 2 is the card you voted for in the show. 1 or 2, you've got, let's give you 5 minutes to get your votes in for the demo of the day. Quick questions coming in. Sarah says, are the colours repeated in the small 3-packs and the larger 6-pack? I think, are you referring to the sparkle pens? If so, no is the answer. They're not repeated, are they?
In the 6-pack and no, they're not. Sorry, and the 3-pack, they're not. No.
And Patty says, I'm listening at work. Missed the details on the half-price shipping offer. Can it be repeated? Yeah, if you go for this bundle here, the details on screen now, this will get you half-price shipping. All right. So it's the full collection of the re-inkers. It's basically a deal where you're saving what, £53.91 or $71.95. We've worked out that it works out basically that you're getting 9 of those for free, but it is a half-price shipping deal as well. We said a few of you had a few problems earlier on with gremlins on the system. That has now been fixed, but that's the one, Patty, for the half-price shipping deal. Loving all of these techniques, says Medley. Whilst you're voting for your demo of the show, do you reckon we could squeeze in one more, Debbie? Have you got one more at your sleeve there?
Yeah.
I saw your list of paper. You could probably go until midnight at this rate.
I just love it. I've been playing with these for days and absolutely love just carry on. So what I am going to use is let me use that isopropanol and we're going to just give it a spray. Now this time what I'm going to do, where's my yellow? I'm going to do a background first of all. So I'm just doing this really quickly, popping some background on there, and then we're going to use our orange as well. So I'm just doing a really quick background, There we go. And then just again tapping on here. Now I'm not worried too much of how this looks at the background. So we're going to quickly do this one because I want to bring in another element to this. So, and something that's new to us at Crafters Companion as well. So that gives me my first part. So we're going to dry this off.
Okay.
So we have then some new Cosmic Shimmer things on the show.
You do.
And I have to say, I've been having a bit of a play and I just love them. And I can't believe I haven't touched them until the end of the show. So I'm going to dry this first layer off so it won't take long. I'm just speeding up the process. But even that as a background to me looks lovely. So lots of different ways. These are the sort of afternoons or evenings or mornings where you can just sit, have a play and create loads of different backgrounds. You don't even have to decide what you're going to do with them. You can just then die cut them up. I mean, these would look amazing with Sharon Callis's quilling flowers.
The what?
The quilling flowers.
Oh, yeah.
You could die cut the flowers and roll them up. Can you imagine how amazing they would look? So there we go. Let's do this quite quickly. We won't be able to finish this off, but it will give us a good idea of what you can do with them. So all I'm going to do is just make sure, take that away. Well, actually, that looks good as well, doesn't it? Look at that.
I mean, just brilliant.
There we go, kitchen roll technique.
Yeah,
It's even got the
kitchen
little
roll,
bubbles
bleach,
for that.
string and salt you need. Oh, and bubble wrap as
And
well. You need to go and
bubble
find.
wrap, yeah, all the cheapies that you find.
That's it.
Okay, what we do, and that's not the one, I've got to find it now. Where have I put it? I will have it, I promise. It will be, there it is. So we have something called Crackle glaze.
Oh yes.
Yes. So, and all I'm going to do is put that down onto here, and then I'm going to use just my flat brush, and we're just going to paint that on. So you paint this onto the top. And this is going to take a little bit of time to dry, which is the only trouble. So I really wished I'd thought of this beforehand. So what you do is you put your colour on underneath and you put a nice good layer on over the top. Now what's great about it is it's quite shiny, so I can look down and see any parts that I've missed. And that will go on. And what's great about it, it doesn't interfere with my colour underneath because it's alcohol. And then what that will do is, let me just pop my lid back on that. So that's a great one to try out, which is the Crackle glaze. We also do the clear gloss and the glossy glue seal and finish, which is brilliant. So amazing ones to have, those are. Then what you would do, let that dry, and then I would go in with my darker colours. So I was going to go in my DR Red 3 and my CR5. And what happens is it covers the top, but then you start to get all this little crackling effect. And if I bring this card in here, can't really see, but close up, can you see all that crackle in the light?
Yeah. Just when you
and it brings up the yellows and the oranges underneath, and it's such a really, there, you can really catch it there. And it's a great way of adding texture, which is amazing through all of this. You know what, I think I was going to do the shaving technique, I was going to do lots of different techniques. I wanted to show you how we've done this ribbon.
Shawnee's just gone, should we do three hours?
3 hours, yeah.
I think we've got to go, unfortunately.
So much, but that's what you can do with this. So let this dry, then put another coat on, and then it will crackle all your top surface. Honestly, these products are so amazing to use. You'll just love them.
This has been a great show. Thank you for all of your comments coming in as well. I've never seen, well I have, I mean, but even more so tonight. So many lovely comments coming in saying what a great show. And also thank you to Rachel, one of our social media superstars, who've been sending through all the messages. And I love this message she just sent me about the winning demo, all right, because you were voting for your demo of the day. So number one was the card which Debbie made earlier on with the trough, the jigsaw puzzle, which she'd made actually to give to her granddaughters. And number two was the card which you saw Debbie make a little bit earlier on. And I love this a lot. This like sums all you guys up and all the love that we have here at Crafters. Demo 2 is the winner, all right? And the reason behind that is that many of you have said you love both of them, but you want Debbie to be able to take the jigsaw home for her granddaughters.
You're
How
so
lush is that?
lovely.
That's really cute, isn't it?
Oh, it makes me want to cry. You're so lovely. That's so nice of you, because I am going to see my granddaughter tomorrow, and she will love that. I'll take some pictures and I'll put it on my social media page of her having it and doing her puzzle, because she will love it. But thank you for doing that. It's really kind of you.
Yeah, they're both as good as each other, but yes, I think that's a lovely reason to vote. But yes, that one is going with Debbie for her granddaughters, and that one's going up on the shelf. I mean, that could be the winner of Demo of the Week. Who knows? But a big thank you for all of your votes. Just before we disappear and say all of our thank yous, let me tell you what's coming up tomorrow. Oh, it's going to be a clash of the champions on Play Your Crafts Right. Ooh, it's me versus Craig on a squiggle game or something. Name That Squiggle, it's called. They're brilliantly titled. Name That Squiggle. Midday UK time, 7 o'clock Eastern time, if you want to join us for that. And launch day is here at 3 o'clock UK time with the reverse easels, 10 o'clock Eastern. Looking forward to that. Again, with Craig, not normally here at the weekend. Craig during a weekend. Cool, blimey. Anything could happen. And probably will. Just us in the building. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? No bosses around. You'll tune in for that, I'm sure. Debbie, thank you so much. What a great show. When are you back with us again?
I don't know. Monday week?
Is it?
Yes, Monday week. Yeah.
Well, have a lovely bank holiday weekend, won't you? Enjoy the sunshine. Enjoy seeing the family.
Yeah, thank you, Ben. It's been a lovely day. And thank you, everyone out there.
Brilliant. How great was Debbie tonight? Always brilliant. But tonight, next level, Debbie. Listen, make sure you check out your baskets. Make sure if you've got stuff in your cart, you get all those goodies. You can continue to check out after the show. And remember that half price shipping as well. It is now fixed, but if you did get charged full price, do email our customer services and we will refund that difference for you. Big thank you to Rachel. Big thank you to Debbie. Big thank you to Mr. Mullet, Jake. Big thank you to Johnny. Big thank you to Charlotte. Shall we do it all again tomorrow, guys? The guys are saying yes in my ear. I'm looking forward to it. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. It's going to be a jam-packed day here on CTV tomorrow. We will see you ready for Play Your Crafts Right tomorrow. Bye for now.